Hi, I'm back again. Okay, so just now we have learned how to draw a square. Now we are going to proceed to draw a rectangle. Actually, the method is similar. The only thing different is that the property of a square and the property of a rectangle, they are different. Okay, for a rectangle, the property would be opposite sides are equal. So let me just indicate here. Opposite sides are equal. Okay, compared to a square where all sides are equal. Okay, same thing. Okay, we can start drawing. Okay, I just focus on what is given here first. EF is 3 cm. So let me just draw 3 cm. Okay, for this I have 3 cm. Okay, and I'm going to label EF 3 cm. Alright? Okay, now we are going to use the same method to draw out these two sides here. Alright, this side and this side, the opposite sides. Okay, so you know that this side and this side must have the same length because opposite sides are equal. They are opposite each other. And I am going to draw the opposite sides. What do you think the length is? If this is EF, remember how we label our square and rectangle? You label it either clockwise or anti-clockwise. So in this case, I've labeled EF, so G has to be here and H has to be here, right? So we can look at the second part of the question here, EFGH. So if H is here, I'm going to draw EH now, okay, of 2 cm at this side. Alright, I will rotate my paper. Okay, I will align my ruler along line EF. I'll take my set square. Remember to hold your ruler firmly, and I will slide my set square until it reaches point E. Okay, I'll remove my ruler and I will draw a long line. Alright, that's my working. Now, what I will do is, I know that point H is somewhere on this line, and EH has to be 2 cm. So I'll measure out 2 cm. Okay, I'll make a marking. Alright, so you know point H is here. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to point G, alright? Point G. So I'm using the same method. I'm going to align my ruler onto line EF. And I'm going to slide. Where do I stop? Where? Here? Is it here? No. Is it here? No. Is it here? Yes. Okay, I'll stop at point F. Okay, and I will draw a long line here. And now I'm going to mark out where point G is. Alright? Point G is somewhere on this line. And FG is opposite EH, right? So opposite sides are equal. So FG has to be 2 cm as well. Alright? So if you are confused, let me just write this out first. EH is 2 cm. Opposite sides are equal, so FG has to be 2 cm as well. So I'm going to find out where my 2 cm is. Okay, 2 cm. Here. Right? And I'm going to label this as G. Okay. So how do we form line GH or line HG? How do we form this line? Remember, a line is formed when we connect 2 points using a ruler. So I'm going to connect point G and point H using a ruler. Okay, now what's next? You know that your rectangle is here. This extra line is they should be erased away using a good eraser. I cannot emphasize enough why you should buy or get a good eraser. Alright, it is also good for science when you start labeling your parts. No double line is allowed. Alright, okay, now I have my rectangle EFGH, right? Okay, so let's go back to the property. Opposite sides are equal. So if EF is 3 cm, HG or GH must also be 3 cm. There are two ways you can go about doing it. First way is you can write down as 3 cm. Opposite sides are equal, you can write down as 2 cm. That is one way. Or the second way would be since EF is 3 cm and opposite side is the same, okay, so I'm going to draw a short marking, one short marking on EF, and opposite side is the same, so the opposite side should also have one small marking. Now, can EH have the same one marking as EF? No, because these two sides are not the same. So I'm going to differentiate it by giving it two small marking, alright? So one look, you know that this one only has one small marking, this one has two small marking. These two sides shouldn't be the same, alright? But this EF has one small marking, HG or GH also has one small marking, which means that these two sides are the same. Alright, so EH is 2 cm, opposite sides are equal, so FG is also 2 cm. Okay, if EH has two small markings, FG should have two small markings as well. Alright, so always remember to label. Alright, labeling. How do you know if your labeling is clear? When I cover the question, alright, I should know that this is a rectangle and I should know how long each sides are based on your drawing. Okay, now just now when I went through drawing of squares and drawing of square, I did not go through the checking method. How do you check if your answer is correct? Okay, what you can do is you can actually check for the length. Alright, 2 cm, alright, 3 cm, alright, 3 cm, 2 cm. So yes, opposite sides are equal. Okay, next, rectangles are also made up of 4 right angles, right? Do you see a right angle here? Yes, okay, because the set square has a right angle and this is also a right angle. Okay, so I check for right angle as well. Okay, so I can safely say that my answer is correct because I've checked my answer. Same for the square just now that we have drawn. Okay, I check. Is this 4 cm? Yes. Is this 4 cm? Yes. Is this 4 cm? Yes. Right? Is this 4 cm? Yes. Alright. Check for the angle. The sides, the two lines will meet at 90 degrees. So 90 degrees. Two sides will meet at 90 degrees. Two sides will meet at 90 degrees. Two sides will meet at 90 degrees. Alright, so just now the square that I drawn is correct as well. Okay, one other thing that you can even like show will be the labeling of your right angle. Right, you can label your right angle as well. Okay, I hope that the tutorial has been clear. If there's any other question, please feel free to look for me as well during recess or after school. Thank you.